Today we're going to make your editing smoother and save you time by adjusting a few key settings in Filmora 14 that help improve your workflow. First up, you want to make sure Filmora 14 is using your GPU for rendering and playback. Just go to File at the top left, then Preferences. Under the Performance tab, make sure both hardware acceleration options are enabled. Also, make sure the right graphics card is selected. If you've got a dedicated GPU from NVIDIA or AMD, you definitely want to choose that here. Once that's set, let's talk about proxies, which are a lifesaver when working with high-resolution footage. Proxy files are just lower-resolution versions of your videos that make editing and playback a lot smoother. To create one manually, just right-click on your footage in the Media tab and select Create Proxy File. But to save even more time, you can have Filmora do this automatically for any footage that's 4K or higher. Still in Preferences, under the Performance tab, scroll down to the Proxy section and enable the option to automatically create proxies. You can even adjust the threshold. If your system is really struggling, try setting it to create proxies for anything 1080p or above. There's also a setting for large images if you're using high-res stills, so Filmora knows when to create proxies for those too. Now, if you're working with lots of photos, it helps to tweak the default durations. In Preferences, under the Editing tab, look for default photo duration. 5 seconds might be too long, so you could drop it down to something shorter, like 2 or 3 seconds. You can also adjust the default duration for titles and transitions, which is super handy depending on the pacing of the project that you're working on. While you're here, take a look at photo placement. This determines how Filmora handles images when you drag them into the timeline. If you want every image to automatically fill the frame, set it to crop to fit. Or if you want that Ken Burns style slow zoom movement, go with pan and zoom. It's a simple way to add energy without doing it manually every time. Alright guys, if you're serious about editing, stop wasting time trying to piece everything together from random YouTube videos. Inside BP Plus Academy, we've put together everything you need to go from absolute beginner to getting paid to edit videos for a living. You get instant access to over 10 hours of Premiere Pro training, a full After Effects masterclass, real-world footage to practice with, and a brand new 4.5-hour advanced workflow course, among others. All designed to make you way more confident and way faster with your edits. And we're not just throwing courses at you. I host live weekly sessions where we go over your edits together and you know exactly what to improve. All of that for just $5 a month. Links in the description. Navigating in timeline can sometimes get a bit frustrating, especially when it's hard to grab the playhead or it just jumps unexpectedly. One thing that helps is enabling a setting under Preferences and Editing called Click on the Blank Area to jump the cursor position. With this enabled, clicking on any blank space on the timeline moves the playhead there instantly, making navigation faster and more accurate. Now, speaking of making things smoother, you might want to adjust how often Filmora backs up your project. By default, it's set to 5 minutes, but if you're working on something really important, changing it to 1 minute can give you more peace of mind. Now, if you've ever imported a YouTube video or any long clip with lots of different scenes, Filmora's Scene Detection tool is super useful. Just right-click on the clip, go to Smart Edit tool, and then choose Scene Detection. Filmora will analyze that clip and make a cut at every scene change, saving you from having to scrub through and slice it up manually. Now, as you're editing your full video, if you come across clips that you know you could use in a highlight or an intro or a montage later on, you can mark those specific clips by right-clicking and selecting a particular color mark. Once you've marked all your best shots, you can right-click on one of them and choose Select All Clips with the same color mark. Now you can just go ahead and copy them and move to a different section of the timeline and go ahead and paste. And if there are gaps like this, you could just right-click on it and select Close Gap. This will instantly bring everything together, and you can go ahead and use this for your intro or your montage. When editing multi-camera footage or syncing external audio, Filmora's auto synchronization makes life easier. Just stack the clips on the timeline, select all of them, right-click, and choose auto synchronization. And Filmora will line them up perfectly based on audio. If you want to make adjustments to multiple clips at the same time, try grouping. Just hold Control and select all the clips that you want to make adjustments to, right-click on one of them, and select Group. Any change you make to one of them will affect that entire group. If you need to ungroup them later on, just right-click on any of them and then select Ungroup. Now, let's say you added an effect, a filter, or an animation to a clip and you want to apply it to others. Just right-click on the original clip, go over to Effect and Filter, and then copy, then select all the clips that you want to apply it to, right-click, go to Effect and Filter again, and then paste. This saves a ton of time when you're matching a look across your project. When you're ready to export, make sure you're saving to a properly organized folder. Filmora sometimes defaults to odd locations, so having a designated folder for each project keeps things tidy and easy to find later. And finally, some keyboard shortcuts to speed things up. Control plus and minus zooms in and out of the timeline. Control B adds a cut at the playhead. You could also trim clips precisely by holding Alt and the right square bracket or the left square bracket. to trim from end or start to the playhead. Deleting the clip with the delete key leaves a gap, but using shift delete actually ripple deletes and removes that gap. One more thing, if you've got auto ripple turned on above your timeline, then deleting a clip will automatically remove that gap and bring the other clips together. Also, if you want to remove the scissors icon from the playhead, you can do that in preferences under editing. It's a really small tweak, but the option is there for you. I hope these tips help make your workflow faster and easier. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.